we've all been bullied before.
And we've all bullied others too.
Prejudice. We've all heard it before. But what does it actually mean?
To us.
To me.
To you.
Prejudice is discrimination in all its different forms.
Judging someone without looking at the proper qualities inside that person.
Prejudice is discrimination over a trait or quality that you can't change as a person.
Prejudice is sort of the ignorant acceptance of a false reality without letting actual reality intrude on what you think.
When someone is prejudiced, it means they have a certain belief or idea that they are, in a sense, better than someone else.
Prejudice is coupled with discrimination. It's an unfavorable opinion towards a certain group or, I guess, class.
Being prejudiced is making judgments on things before you fully understand what that thing is.
Prejudice. I really don't know what the word means, so.
First and foremost, prejudice is a form of control. It's certainly a way of exerting some sort of false sense of superiority of one over another based on something that you have no control over. I didn't experience prejudice for the first time in my life until I moved to Hawaii. And this was the last place on the planet I thought that I would ever encounter prejudice. And when I did, it not only was one of the worst things I think I'd ever personally felt, but it made me sad to realize then that the table had turned, and I now knew what it felt like to be treated differently just because of where I was born and what color my skin was.
Sometimes me and my best friends don't want to associate ourselves or be as nice to other people because they don't look a certain way or they don't dress a certain way, and it's really bad because the way someone looks shouldn't affect how nice you are to them and stuff. And it goes both ways by not wanting to hang out with someone because they're really pretty because you don't want to look bad, or not wanting to hang out with someone because they're really ugly because you don't want to associate with yourself with someone who's ugly.
So a time I witnessed an act of prejudice is going to college in the States. They believe Hawaii is not actually a part of the United States because it's not one of the contiguous states. So they have a lot of strange notions about us, and it comes out quite often when you go out there. Like, for example, we do not live in grass shacks anymore. The coconut phone is no longer the best means of communication. We don't surf to school unless you're from the North Shore. And yes, we did fly on an airplane to get there. We are in the middle of the Pacific. We do not canoe everywhere. So I have witnessed people still being prejudiced.
Okay, yeah, when I went to Hawaii and met new people and I said I'm from Germany, they asked me if I'm a Nazi, and yeah, that's really pissing me off because not every German were a Nazi, and yeah, that's how it is. It was the past of Germany. Every German knows what we did and how bad it was. Germans hate Hitler. You're not allowed to say or to like Hitler in Germany. You're not allowed to draw something which could be like for the Nazis or something like this. You could get it in jail, and yeah, that's it.
An example of prejudice is like us, people wouldn't think that we would be together, or they think it's awkward, our relationship or whatever, because I'm Asian and he's
White.
he's white.
White.
And we also come from totally two different worlds, two different aspects. He actually comes from a different state, and we're totally different in
Just
a lot of aspects like that.
Family beliefs and
yeah, family morals.
What they think and what people just think in general.
Mm-hmm.
Just they don't think we belong because of differences they see on the outside.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes, like, our friends they look at us and they say we're two different people. But if you actually get to know us better, then we find that we have a lot of similarities more than differences. If you take away the color and where you come from and how you were raised, just by your morals and who you are as a person, it's different. And that's prejudice, is when someone doesn't judge you by who you are, but by other things that are out of your control.
Things that you can't change or do anything about, just things that make you you, that people don't think are right. I think we're right.
I think we're cool.
Mm-hmm.
A few nights ago, when my sister went to a college visit for Johns Hopkins, on the way home, my mom was talking about, like, how one thing they didn't mention in the presentation was that there's a high crime rate around there, but she mentioned in direct correlation with that, she mentioned the high African American population, and as if, you know, it was only African Americans who cause crime. And I didn't say anything, but I was thinking in my mind, isn't that kind of racist?
Prejudice is seen, I've seen it myself when you have like a new student coming into the school, and or, you know, people you see around school that you kind of know of, but you don't really get to know them. You base your opinion off of them based on what you hear other people saying about them, or what they look like, what they dress like, who they hang out with. Like specifically, I know oftentimes people will, if they see a person walking by themselves, then automatically like, oh, that kid's kind of strange, has something weird about him. He's not walking with a big group of people, so he doesn't, you know, he must be a loner, must have something bad about him. So automatically, like, you provoke like a shutdown towards that person, giving them a chance.
I've witnessed prejudice many times on this campus, especially toward gay people. You know, gay people, they're called butt buddies, faggots, dykes, you know, it really hurts other people's feelings, I guess. And that, you know, that is discrimination and prejudice towards them for, you know, being different.
I guess I was prejudiced when I first moved to Hawaii from Texas. I came here with a lot of like preconceived notions like what it would be like, and then when I started going to school here and I, you know, came to MidPAC, it just wasn't how I thought it would be, and it took me a while to take that in, and then to just sort of open myself up to everybody and to the environment, and now I'm loving it. I love it here. Love my class. Love the people. Love Hawaii. It's great.
Well, I called many people racist, and to me it was a joke, but to many people it hurt them and it made them feel really bad, and I really didn't know it was going to make them feel that way, so I'm sorry.
Prejudice is
Judgmental.
painful,
Nazi.
Outrage.
Depression.
hurtful,
Envy.
Terrible.
America. I have committed prejudice.
I am a good person.
Who makes mistakes?
Just like you.
I made a mistake, but I'm human.
Prejudice is a serious problem. It needs to stop.
But what's the bottom line?
Many times you don't see the hurt that you have caused.
Just because you say you're joking, it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
Sometimes the real reaction to a joke is the one you never see.
So the next time you go to make a joke, just remember, we have all been affected.
Let's love, not hate.
It sounds kind of stupid, but it's actually pretty smart.